Good afternoon. Welcome to episode 50 of the Blunt Talk Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Wright, coming to you from the beautiful, warm, and sunny confines of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Wherever you may be watching or listening, I thank you as always. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel. First, I just want to take time out to say thank you guys for all the messages that I received over the weekend. I just started a new job, so that's why I haven't had an episode posted in a couple days. I want to give a shout out to my colleagues that definitely liked, shared, and subscribed. The love is appreciated. It's all going to help the channel. It's all going to help with the growth of this channel. So I thank you guys. If everyone that reached out to me again over the weekend, beginning of this week, I love you all. Thank you as always. And we're going to keep delivering the facts and the hard-hitting facts that you guys want to hear and would like for me to discuss. Hopping right into it, though, we're going to talk about some NFL news that I think is very pertinent to you guys. Something I think is very dire, very important that no one's really stressed or talked about. You're not going to hear about this on a lot of major media news networks. They're going to kind of pussyfoot it, for lack of better words. For the casual fan like myself, the hardcore fan, this is going to be great news. Basically, last Thursday, the verdict came down, historic ruling. Verdict came down that the NFL had lost, and that they were lost in their lawsuit against the plaintiffs who. The plaintiffs had beat them, the NFL, in their lawsuit that they had, which this lawsuit stemmed back 9 years. Essentially, it was the plaintiffs saying that the NFL was overcharging for Sunday NFL ticket. I always kind of believed that as a fan. Never really understood the whole process with Sunday NFL ticket, even back to the days of DirecTV. But, again, I understood that it was a big thing. It did help, you could watch all your team's games, but you're paying a package for a bunch of teams you don't want to watch. When they're trying to sell you in the commercials, you're an Eagles fan living in Arizona, so you can catch Eagles games, or a Dolphins fan in Minnesota. However the fuck they wanted to spin it. Nonetheless, it didn't really result into how we as fans interpreted and thought it was going to be. It just basically exploded into an overpriced package for football games. Hopping right into it, though, the NFL lost. This verdict has been waiting for 9 years, been in and out of court. Went to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is one of the highest circuit courts in the land. The verdict came down, and basically the United States government determined that basically the NFL would have to pay $14.88 billion. If you're breaking that down in English, what that means, what the teams would have to pay per team per interest, with interest and fees included, that would be $440 million per team. And all these fees would be going back to homeowners, people who bought the packages, bar owners, hotel owners, anyone who would put money into buying the Sunday NFL package within the past 9 years while this lawsuit was hindering and they attached their name to it. Yes, they are going to receive a payout of this. And again, monumental ruling. I want to educate you though on some of the things because again, I know that they've been very vague, so let me go forward. What does this mean ultimately? What the NFL appeal? Yes, the NFL has already appealed. They announced that damages and penalties. Now, just because of common knowledge, damages and penalties can be reduced if the appeal is cited and given in the NFL's favor. However, the verdict will not change. They still will have to pay out something. What does this mean for the average fan? Hardcore fan like myself, casual. This basically means teams will either sell the rights to their out-of-market games at a reduced price, or they could offer it, individually at much lower prices. So you're going to be able to see Sunday NFL ticket finally. If you were that fan that was hoping to catch your team and you couldn't, you weren't paying $775 after tax, which I'll be honest with you, if you can afford to do that, God bless you. I think that's fucking egregious, but nonetheless, $375 for an NFL Sunday ticket. Yeah, that's not going to be the price going forward. So, and it was very revealing to hear how basically ESPN had pitched in to have the package at a lower price. There were companies that bought in, that vied in to try to get the NFL Sunday ticket at a lower price. And in a nutshell, what this basically boils down to is the NFL is price gouging. The NFL knew that if they kept the Sunday NFL ticket at a high ticket price, a high value price, it would price half the fans out of the market, which would keep them watching the locally televised games, the CBS games, the Fox games, those games, so that way they're not losing viewership. Because what the NFL doesn't really want to admit to you, they honestly want asses in the seats. They don't really give a damn about the stadium revenue. They're going to make their money off the TV contracts. Whatever comes out of the stadiums, that helps with the jersey sales and all that shit. They really give a damn about the asses being in seats, watching it at home, and the streaming. That's where it's going. That's the future of this. And it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out. Essentially, still the NFL has to pay this out. But as more information comes out, I will definitely update you guys and reveal more as it comes along. But big ruling coming down last Thursday, and definitely something I had to report. Hopping right into this next subject, this one I think is near and dear to my heart. This kind of ties into college football, but it's more NFL related because it deals with the 2025 NFL Draft. Per Nick Baumgartner of the Athletic, he had listed a week ago his top underclassmen in the 2025 NFL Draft prospects. Some of these names I'm going to run down on a list for that you've heard before. I just feel like it's due diligence for me to name them. Top underclassmen, some of the names like Travis Hunter, wide receiver cornerback from Colorado. Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan. Will Campbell, offensive tackle from LSU. Will Johnson, cornerback from Michigan. Then we have Michael Williams, edge rusher from Georgia. We have Abdul Carter, linebacker from Penn State. We have Malachi Starks, safety from Georgia. We also have Harold Perkins Jr., edge rusher from LSU. Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. And Sicario Davis, cornerback from Arizona. Those are some of the top, underclassmen prospects that possibly could be out in next year's draft. I don't know if all these guys are going to declare. These are just, the notes that Nick Baumgartner put down. Several of these names I've definitely heard of. Several of these guys I know for a fact, Travis Hunter being off the top of my head, are definitely coming out in the draft next year. So it just remains to be seen if all of them do. But, huge news that these guys are, already on the radar, because I can tell you now, Travis Hunter is going to be a top 20 pick. A guy who plays offense and defense, you can really go anywhere with that. So, interested to see how that goes. Kind of shocked, though, and again, I'd be remiss to say this, kind of shocked at how it's all kind of playing out, because I do feel like with the way the college football season is lining up, it's going to be back to that old module where the best teams, the best players, those are going to be the guys getting drafted. You're going to have tape on certain guys like Travis Hunter. You're going to have tape out there on guys like Will Campbell, maybe Mason Graham, have already been out there putting, stuff, putting work on film already. So you're not going to really have to worry about too much about those guys. But I think Malachi Starks, I think Harold Perkins Jr., I think Colston Loveland can really, really make a big name for themselves going into this year. Making some headway and possibly, getting their names to rise up within the draft ranks into the 2025 draft class. Ultimately, that's going to do it for this episode of NFL News. Again, NFL dead season, but I wanted to make sure that I hopped on and tackled this NFL Sunday ticket information. And again, as more information comes out, I'll be posting things and videos and commenting on it. I've just reported to you about the underclassmen coming out possibly for the 2025 draft. And in the next episode, we'll be tackling NBA free agency. That's a big video, long video. So bear with me. That's why you haven't seen it yet. I have a lot of takes, a lot of opinion. So thank you guys as always for watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Take care. You have a great holiday. Enjoy your 4th of July. Make sure you eat up and don't get too drunk. Take care.